Options trading versus futures trading. You're going to hear a lot of these two different strategies as we continue to climb up in the market, which means you will see a lot of influencers popping out again with advertisements like how they took $26 and turned it into $26,000 trading in 2 weeks. Not saying it can't be done, and I'm not saying this person is full of shit. I would love to know the context and some proof, because in 2020, that could be very true with Tesla, but replicating that is most likely slim. But why would you need to if you can just take that one trade, build an entire community off of it, and have people pay you monthly to show them how you did it, right?
Okay. I just got cultured.
Welcome back to my channel. Today we have an exciting topic to discuss. Options trading versus futures trading. Both strategies have their unique advantages and drawbacks, so let's dive into it and explore the pros and the cons of each. Let's start with options trading. One of the main advantages of options trading is their versatility. Options provides traders the right but not the obligation to buy or sell an underlying asset at a predetermined price, blah blah, womp 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 womp. You already know all of this, right? And if you don't, do some damn research on what options are. You can go to Options Alpha or Tasty Trade and learn the ins and outs of options. And if you click on this playlist right here, I have some good videos and info on the ways I trade options as well. The biggest perk of options trading is the flexibility that allows for various strategies like buying naked calls if you think the stock is bullish, or buying naked puts if you think the stock is bearish. Directional trading, essentially. That's what I'm talking about. But let's say you don't like those strategies and the risk level. You can go even deeper and learn the more advanced techniques such as cover calls, cash secure puts, spreads, and straddles, which is what I mostly do. I'm a premium collector. Another benefit of options is a limited risk. With options, you know the maximum amount of money you can lose up front, which can be a great advantage for risk management, especially with naked calls and puts. This predefined risk can provide peace of mind to traders, especially those who are risk adverse like myself. To be honest though, if you have a level of risk management in place and you know how to do technicals, you will always have a predefined risk in mind. However, options come with some downsides. One major drawback is the expiration date. Options have a limited lifespan, and if the market doesn't move in the anticipated direction before the expiration date, the option is going to expire worthless, resulting in a loss of the premium that you paid. To understand the premiums and option price movement, you need to learn the Greeks, which is in itself requires some reading and understanding and studying. So that can sometimes be overwhelming for people. It's truly a skill to be learned, and it's called the Greeks because it's like an orgy. This Greek does this with this Greek, and then this Greek may come into here and then change this Greek. It's a whole orgy ordeal. So that's options. Now let's focus a little bit on futures trading. Futures contracts are agreements to buy or sell an asset at a specific price on a specific date in the future. Unlike options, future contracts come with an obligation to fulfill the contract without a lot of flexibility you have with options. Because in options, you can roll a contract over. You can, roll down, roll up. You can't do that with the futures market. Basically, futures is very, very similar to just buying stocks, selling when it goes up a bit, or cutting it short if it drops a bit. And I'm not too familiar with Forex, but Forex seems to be very similar to futures. Technical skills play a massive role in futures, and there are various strategies to use. There's a Bollinger Band, which is a crock of shit. Supply and demand, there's support and resistance, there's gap fill, there's momentum plays, there's volume, there's reading the tape. There's these ICT cult-like strategies as well. There's so many different strategies out there that you can learn. I personally use supply and demand. In fact, I use supply and demand for options trading, futures, and to get my price targets for my investment stocks I buy. And here is where I'm going to sell you something. Now, I've gotten asked many times from people, where did I learn supply and demand? And I usually always say you can just check it out in various videos on YouTube. But where I personally learned supply and demand was from Mo, who runs OTP Clubhouse. And yes, I 100% paid for the supply and demand course myself, okay? This wasn't a free hookup. I didn't didn't really know Mo when I bought the course. I just heard it was good, and I spent my hard-earned money on the course, and I do not regret it. If you've been following my channel, you know I do not support BS. So if you don't find what you're looking for free first, you can always click on my affiliate link in the description below and support me if you're interested in learning exactly how I trade using supply and demand. Each course you purchase, you also get access to 3 months of support and access to OTP Clubhouse Discord trading group. So if you're interested, the link is below in the description, and I doubt you will be disappointed if you make this purchase. Now, back to the video. One advantage of futures trading is that traders can control a large position with a small initial investment, which can amplify potential profits. It's also important to note that leverage also increases risk, and losses can be substantial in futures, typically fast, unlike options. Another benefit of options is liquidity. Futures markets are often highly liquid, allowing easy entry and exit into positions. This liquidity can provide traders with greater flexibility and a potential tighter bid and ask spreads. Something you do have to worry about with options in certain stocks where the bid and the ask spread is so wide that it's probably not smart to get into those. On the downside of futures trading, well, futures trading can be complex and may require a deeper understanding of market dynamics, technicals, macro and microeconomics, and so on. For example, if the Fed speaks, there's a good chance you will see some aggressive wicking candles. Additionally, due to the obligation to fulfill the contract, there's an unlimited downside risk in futures trading, so you don't want to leave it overnight unless you're a professional. Sudden market moves against a position can result in significant losses. You will hear things such as stop hunters, which is a big swings up and down, usually knocking people out of their trade because it hit their stop limit. Which, by the way, you should always have a stop limit in futures. So to wrap it up, options trading and futures trading have their own set of advantages and disadvantages. Options offer versatility, limited risk, but come with a plethora of factors that can kill your position. Futures provides leverage, liquidity, but have the obligation to fulfill a contract and unlimited downside risk. Not to mention that there are aggressive volatility attached to certain asset classes, which may not be for everyone. For example, with my own experience trading futures, I found that NASDAQ is like trading on meth, while ZB is like watching paint dry. Like for real, it's just you just sitting there like this. One point up. Oh, there goes 1 point down. And then there is the ES, which follows the SPY, which to me is a balance between both NASDAQ and ZB. Personally, I prefer options over futures, specifically collecting premiums. I find it less stressful with quantifiable measures. However, it typically requires a large account to make a living off of the initial investment. But it also is a good place to start with a small account and just do the compound effect with little wins as time goes on. And when you get more seasoned, you could leverage more and eventually live off of your strategy. But when it comes to needing cash right away, in a straightforward manner, futures is probably the way to go, but it's also, remember, highly risky. As with any trading strategies, it's crucial to educate yourself. In case you didn't hear it, educate yourself. Conduct thorough research and consider your risk tolerance and investment goals. It may be wise to start with paper trading and a practice account before diving into live trading. On the future side specifically, some people prefer the prop firm, aka trading with other people's money, which is a good way to get some skin in the game. But if you want to know more about my thoughts on the prop firms and trading with other people's money, check out this video right here that I did, which I literally break down what a prop firm is and how that actually works. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, and what works for one trader may not work for another person, and it may not work for you. You're essentially on a journey to find a strategy that aligns with your trading style, your risk appetite, and the financial objectives and goals that you're seeking to accomplish. And the only way you can do that is by doing your homework and actually executing daily. You will lose money. It's just a matter of how much and how long until it clicks for you. Again, if you're brand new, my channel is all about following me on my journey to becoming a better investor and a full-time trader. And I will tell you, it took me around 1.5 years to become proficient in futures trading, and I still work on it to this day. Options trading is a work in progress and mostly a hit or miss with me, with the exception of being a premium collector, i.e. cash secure puts, cover calls, vertical spreads. I just became proficient in this whole area with being a premium collector back in November of last year, and I started learning last year summer. So that was the quickest strategy that clicked with me, and honestly it has worked the best for me, and it works for my tolerance and my schedule and everything else that I'm doing. And they say that being a premium seller, you have a 75% chance of being successful at this long term, versus just being a regular trader in like directional bets. You have a 95% chance of failing, meaning that you only have a 5% chance of doing this long term. And those people who are successful at that 5% most likely would not be on YouTube. They usually work for hedge funds, and firms. You will always hear the quote that you need money to make money, and that is very true when it comes to trading and investing. The barrier of entry is so low that almost anyone can succeed as an investor, and almost everyone fails as a trader. Personally, I prefer just being a premium collector and just calling it a day. I rarely ever get into directional bets anymore, and every once in a while if I have like a trip or something coming up, I will go into futures route and I'll grab some cash out the market real quick. Essentially, I scalp. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video enjoyable and knowledgeable on options trading versus futures trading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more valuable content. And if you don't care for this type of content, check out my second channel, which is all about pop culture and politics in a satirical way. And if you just like good old discussions and interviews, stay here, because this channel is slowly transitioning to just being a podcast where I'm sitting down with people I genuinely am interested in, whether it's in the entertainment industry, whether it's trading, whether it's just good people, teachers, regular people, it doesn't matter. Stay here, the podcast. I feel like I'm getting better at it. And of course, right now I'm also on the Come Up series with my homie Mo. We have a podcast that we do there every single Thursday at 8 p.m. for the next several months. We'll be on the Come Up series, so make sure you tune in every single Thursday at 8 p.m. You might like that as well. And of course, follow me on Instagram at Dope Content Creator. Until next time, peace out. You got culture.